Realtist Real Talk Podcast.
And hello, fellow Realtists. I am Amber Lewis.
And I'm Rob Pastor.
And we are your Realtist Real Talk Podcast team. And today we have two phenomenal guests for you. We have Philonise and Keeta Floyd of the Philonise and Keeta Floyd Institute for Social Change. Let's give them a round of applause.
Welcome. So, in DC right now, out of Houston, tell us what you're here for. What are you here for?
So we're here for the NAREB, National Association of Real Estate Brokers Convention. And we're super excited about what's to come. We have our new president, Madam Courtney Johnson Rose, that just took her seat. And so we are excited about every endeavor that she has moving forward. We're looking forward to our kickoff. I think that's the most exciting thing. Our kickoff for the Commonwealth Tour that's going to be happening in Houston, Texas, which is home for us. And so we're excited about that. This is a free conference. How many conferences do you have that's free? You know, so everybody doesn't have an excuse to attend. Just find your ride, Uber there. It's free. You know, we want you guys to participate in every endeavor that we have. We'll be having conversations about real estate investment, how to get that loan secured.
Big Mama's home.
How to save Big Mama's home.
Yes.
So this is super exciting, and we're happy to be a part.
Absolutely. So tell us about your foundation, the Philonise and Keeta Floyd Institute for Social Change.
Well, this particular foundation was started,
Let me see it.
Phenomenal shirts. I want one.
Oh,
yes,
This is the Philonise and Keeta Floyd Institute for Social Change. We're turning our pain into purpose. This was made after my brother was murdered by 4 Minneapolis police officers during the midst of a pandemic. They didn't try to administer aid. They didn't try to do anything, paramedics and so on. So we started this to move forward, to get people to understand we got to hold these police officers accountable, because it just didn't happen in Minnesota. It happened years before that and decades before that. It's been happening for over 400 years. So it's our time, just like everybody else who's been Emmett Till and so on. Everybody's been speaking out. But when can we get these policies reformed? When can we stop what's going on? How can we stop police brutality? How can we get people to understand what mental illnesses are? Absolutely. It's a lot of different things, from human trafficking and so on, that's founded up on this foundation. And we're here to make acquaintance for all others across the world.
That's something else. It's like you say, you turn your pain into power. I mean, I can't imagine not only just losing one of my siblings, but losing a sibling in that manner. But what was it like watching the impact that your brother's death had on the world as a whole?
I think that fueled us. I think that's what gave us the energy, you know, to continue moving forward. It was so hard because we would go to trial day in and day out, and then afterwards we just needed an outlet. And I think for Philonise, it was designing and birthing this institution. He took everything that they said negatively about George in that trial, and he turned it into purpose, which was George, you know, was a crackhead. George was this. So we have our mental health as well as substance abuse programs, you know, so we want to implement and teach our young adults how to be successful and overcome different barriers that they may face. We also have the criminal justice reform, policy reform programs. Those are programs for those that are re-enter into society. We want them to know that their rights have been restored. You can vote, you know, and ways to go about doing it. Provide the resources so they're able to be effective, efficient in, you know, their lifestyles. In addition to that, we also have we have several programs. We have the human trafficking program. We have our youth enrichment program, and the one that I think we're most proud of is we are designing and building a youth enrichment program for leaders, young leaders. And so under that umbrella, we will host different innovative programs like STEM, robotics, things that our young adults don't get to see always, and we want to offer this to those that live in underserved communities. You know, it could be anywhere from foreign language, the NAREB, teaching about real estate and finances and how you can overcome these things, because we don't have these conversations always in every household. And so we want our children to know what to do when they're faced with these different adversities that they'll have to, or challenges that they'll have to partake in as they continue to grow into the young adults.
Yeah, it's really, really huge when you think about where a lot of people come from. A lot of people didn't even come from a house. Some of these people come up out of the projects.
Absolutely.
You know, they lived in buildings that's supposed to have been low income, but when you're looking on the outside, you're seeing like, wow, they have a huge house. They have a lawn. Some people don't have that. But y'all step in and y'all get to show others how to be able to build, how to be an investor, how to thrive, you know, so you won't have to meditate all the time because you'll be elevating and levitating. And that's how you build and that's how you get up. You know, I tell people all the time, everybody says I want to aim for the moon. But it doesn't matter if you miss because you're still up there with the stars.
Absolutely.
I think the most successful thing, or another thing that we're excited about partnering with NAREB is because get to say Big Mama's house. You know, so many people they don't have the knowledge or the will. You know, there's like they're frustrated. I don't know what to do. We have all these taxes and we have all these different adversities and things we have to face surrounding what that looks like, saving Big Mama's house. And this is a house that they grew up in. They have so many, personal relationships with this home. And they don't want to let it go. And so what do we do to go about and save it? I think the NAREB hosting them a new development academy and the different things that we have, coming on board, being able to tie those things together, that's phenomenal. That's absolutely amazing. Absolutely. And so Madam Chair, President Courtney, I think she's doing a phenomenal job. She's hit the ground running. Yeah. She's just a fireball, and she's someone that I'm excited to be, under the umbrella of. I look forward to her leadership.
Absolutely. So, could you tell us, how did you make that connection between what you're passionate about and all the programming that you're creating and NAREB? How'd that connection come together?
So, believe it or not, Philonise and I was looking to build on our property. We, buy the block. So we went back, we purchased some land, and we didn't want to just pay taxes on the land and not,
prime real estate.
and not put anything there that our community couldn't benefit off of, right? And so we did a feasibility report, looked at all the data, and we said, hey, this is the direction we want to move into. And so who would be the best company or builder, to consider doing that? And it was Courtney and her company company. And then come to find out on a personal level, I find out that she built our church, my church that I grew up in. My parents met at that church. Wow. She built both locations. The Power Center is really huge in Houston. Yes. We have, the babies. We have a school in there. We have several businesses in there. You can host an event there. So Courtney is phenomenal. You guys have gotten a really good one.
One of the places that the president ate at. It's part of that, right?
Oh yeah. What was it? Lucille's. Downtown Houston.
Yeah, downtown.
And so when Biden came to have a conversation with the Floyd family, he picked Lucille's. So for some reason, Courtney has just been all indirectly in the business, and we didn't know that. I used to work with her husband, and so without knowing it, we tied it all together when we went to have her do our build out for the institution. And so we just got excited about the work she's doing, and we support her 100%.
Yeah, that let me know that she's been around for a while, and I'm just happy that she's in you all's steps to me.
That's right.
Because you need a leader and you need somebody who's been doing this, because man, it's a lot of people get in positions who haven't stepped out and did the groundwork, and she was stepping out and she went up.
That's right. She's very transparent. She's passionate about the work, and the one thing that I love, my pet peeve, she's action.
Yes,
it's gonna be take some actionable items. If she says it's done, it's done. And I receive that.
Absolutely.
I think a part of what you're saying too, and what I'm hearing, it's really complimentary. At the end of the day, you've built this relationship with our president. You've seen her in real time, but because she's shown up in excellence, you know that NAREB holistically will show up in excellence.
Absolutely.
And it's a great juxtaposition with your foundation, because as we talk about the children, for example, and the youth and the leadership, to be able to see leaders that are within NAREB and understand that I can be that person one day.
That's right.
We're able to actually get there. And I think that you said something really keen is a lot of times when you look outside your window and you only see things that look like you've only seen situations that look like your situation, you don't really know, is it attainable to be able to purchase a home? Is it attainable to be able to develop one day? All of these things that we're thinking about, but now we're showing up through your foundation, through the partnership with NAREB, and showing that, yes, this can be you at the end of the day. And I think that's what's more powerful than anything. And the fact that, you have the name behind you, and it's unfortunate that we had to get here, but the blessing is the fact that now you're using it within purpose. Yes. And because of that, there's going to be so many people that are actually going to thrive because of you and your family.
I totally agree. And that's exactly what we're saying. What we're speaking to.
We're speaking to it. That's the only way to do it. I really believe that a lot of African American people, they still need help and they need the guidance. And NAREB, they're stepping into that to facilitate it. And to me, that's major, but we still need those major donators that make those donations. That's what we need you all to grasp that and get out and help us.
Support NAREB.
Yeah, because when I had made the statement, when I did that second interview, you all asked me that question, what can happen? What can we do
to help? How can we be a part of the change?
And I just plain and said it. Show it to me.
That's right.
And everybody started receiving all this money from these different corporations, but did NAREB receive it? That's what I want to know.
We would love to know that.
That's what I want to know.
And so, if you didn't donate in the beginning, here's your opportunity to do so. We ask that you please go to nareb.com and further research the information, see what the great work that we're doing, that we projected to do, and please jump on board. We look forward to new members, new volunteers. We would love to have you a part in some capacity.
Yes.
I love that, because there's synergy. There's synergy when everybody's focused on the same thing with the same mission.
right.
And I think this is a beautiful partnership at the end of the day, because we have two powerhouse, coming together with that like purpose. But what you said is really important. It's about like putting the work behind it.
That's right.
At the end of the day. So as they said, becoming a member, right?
Yes.
Sometimes it's not always about what you can pay out,
Sure.
but it's through the blood, sweat, and tears that you can do, and it's enabling your community to thrive. And the first thing that you can do is going back to the Black Wealth Tour that we're talking about
That's
in
right.
Houston, that's launching here shortly. So why are you so excited about that tour?
It's going to be in 60 cities. Like, how amazing is that? We get to go out and we get to educate, bring about awareness, and just share our stories and what we have to offer so that you can be the next homeowner as well.
Absolutely. Building Black wealth. And that's what we've been doing for 76 years here. One thing about Realtists, we're purposeful.
Sure.
We're very passionate.
Absolutely.
And we like to impact our communities. And I mean, this tour is a culmination of that. So kudos to Dr. Courtney Johnson Rose. Because,
Absolutely.
I mean, the scale of what we're doing. We've done community wealth days before.
Correct.
But to do them, they said 60, but my sources tell me they're trying to reach 100.
That's right.
Yes.
We're going to reach that 100. That's our goal. We're going to touch it.
So absolutely. So we appreciate you joining us in our mission.
Sure.
We're here to support you and what you're doing as well.
Thank you so much.
and we look
It takes a
forward to it.
village. We're stronger in numbers. We're happy to
Yes.
be a part. Thanks for having
Always
us here.
stronger than numbers.
Absolutely.
That's the key to life. You know what I mean? The more humanity, the more you're united, you continue to thrive. And that's one of the biggest things all around the world.
So please go to our website, nareb.com. Look at all the information to become a part of the October 7th launch in Houston, Texas. We look forward to seeing you there.
The fight is on.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank y'all.
How did we do?